welcome to the channel. Hope you're all having a great day. It's another fantastic day here in Arizona. And today, no, we're not talking about the Pioneer because, well, it's pretty much perfect. Today we're going to talk about my Chinese quad, the Coaster 125. And why am I talking about this today? Well, they get a bad rap. For some reason, you go out to the dunes or you go out camping, and there's a lot of people who think their name brand, side-by-sides, ATVs, whatever, is way better than your cheap Chinese piece of junk. And to be honest with you, it's just not true. I'll give you a little backstory real quick. This is actually my second Chinese quad I've bought. First quad was a 50, it's a little blue one, and it actually lasted 8 years before my kids ended up blowing it up. And they're pretty much all Honda clones. And what I mean by 8 years, that was 8 tough years of my kids floating the valves. Every other kid in the camp that wanted to ride it, that had a helmet, was allowed to ride it with their parents' permission. It was rolled, it was flipped over, and it went until the day that it died. And I bought it used. So I think it was like 2 years old when I bought it. So that little quad went about 10 years for just a couple $100. So this last season I went ahead and I bought a new upgraded quad, a 125 as my kids grow. Yes, we still have the mini bikes, but sometimes on the trails, the quad's just a little bit better. And you know what? I am super impressed with these because they've come a long way. So let's do a quick walk around with this thing. Let me show you some of the features that I really like. And to be honest with you, I wouldn't hesitate buying another one. So these little quads come with a ton of features that you may not realize. And they come with all the features that the bigger, more expensive quads come with for less than a third of the price. I mean, I picked this thing up for less than $1,000. And that was after I paid the tax, the registration, the off-road tags, all that stuff. And it was set up, ready to go. So let's look at some of the features this thing has. First of all, it's electric start, which is great for me, because when the kids kill it, they turn it off, I don't have to go start it. Second of all, you do have a throttle limit screw, which is pretty nice because, let's be honest, sometimes the kids get a little rowdy. We can turn it down so they don't float the valves, and they can only go so fast. Another great feature is the parking brake. So when I put it on the trailer, I can use the parking brake as I'm getting ready to strap it down, and the kids can learn how to use that just as a safety mechanism. This quad also, with that electric start, will not start unless the brake is engaged, which is a great feature in my eyes. And a lot of quads have that too. So as you can see, this quad is a little bit on the larger size. It's the mid-frame size they said at the 125. We do have brake lights as I have the key on. Disc brake in the rear. One of the next favorite features this thing has that the other one didn't is a reverse. I know it doesn't sound like a lot, but the kids really enjoy it. They just have to make sure that they don't rev the engine when they're shifting. But let me show you. As you can see, there is a neutral lights. They can click forward to drive. I don't know if the camera's gonna show the D there. The neutral went off. Back to neutral. And then into reverse. You also have your standard kill switch here for run and stop. And then you got your headlights, lows and highs. Now, one of the last great features I love on this little quad is my key fob. Little lock, unlock, right there, see? What's this do? Well, unlock lets the kids ride it. Lock is a kill switch. Now, I don't know the exact distance this thing works. I think the dealership said like 100 feet or so. But when your kids aren't listening to you, you're trying to get their attention, you can just hit the lock button. No matter how many times you try to start it, it won't lock. There's a solenoid in there that deactivates something. I haven't really looked into it, but this is a great little feature. It's also nice for when you park it overnight. You can hit the lock button, and even if someone pushes it away, they're not gonna be able to start it without unwiring this. So a nifty little feature that comes standard on these things. So for those of you wondering, how does it ride? Well, I can tell you it goes non-stop with my kids going. I mean, everyone loves to ride it. Heck, even the adults. I'm gonna ride it here in a minute to show you that it's pretty quick. Now, another great thing is when someone my size gets on there, the shocks are adjustable. Now, they're not adjustable on the rear, but just the front, but just like a standard shock, and just kind of compress it and twist it to get a little bit more preload in there. I mean, if you look at it, it's not a bad little quad. You got brakes on the front, you got brakes on the rear, it's got lights, racks. What more does a 10-year-old want? So let's go ahead, let's take this thing for a quick drive and see how she does. Well, there you have it. I hope you liked the review of the quad. I know it's a shorter video, but I just keep hearing people bad-mouthing these things, and they really are such a good quad, an inexpensive way to get your kids into riding without spending a ton of money. And don't be scared of them. I mean, most of them are Honda clones. For those of you wondering how fast does it go, well, I use the same app I use on the Pioneer and the mini bikes, and I got up to 26 miles an hour if I backed the throttle limiter all the way off. But you could hear that you're really getting up there in the RPMs, so I'll go ahead and put it back. But that's not too bad having somebody my size on this thing doing 26 miles an hour. So, hope you enjoyed the video. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and until next time.